So I'm gonna try to get this video done quick. Taking my dog out and all the other stuff for a walk while I try to get this video out. So I know everybody's talking about it, so I'm gonna be talking about it too. We're gonna be talking about Mr. Andrew Tate. Now, it how can how do I want to start off this? Guy lives in Romania, he former kickboxer, now this guru. I don't know if I want to call him a guru or not, but um, for some time, I guess this month he's like the hot guy in the month, right? So like for someone that doesn't have a social media platform, because even though he's been banned, the nigga never really had a social media platform. He's been well off on himself, and a lot of people been sharing his shit to where it's another one of those things where people kind of like him and then people kind of hate him, right? So, what are my thoughts of Andrew Tate? He is a character. Whether that's him, one thing I notice about people and wrestling teach you this. Sometimes you ever look at wrestlers, and I want people to look at wrestlers because I know people are like, oh, wrestlers fake. There's one thing they tell you, and it's that most wrestlers are themselves like turned up to a level 10. I feel like that's what Andrew Tate is. I feel like everything that you see from Andrew Tate is a kind of a character. Do I think he believes everything he says? Yes, I'm pretty sure he does believe in everything he says, but I feel like it's just turned up to a level to where, you know, people is drawn to that. Just like how people is drawn to like your favorite wrestlers, like a Stone Cold, like a Hulk Hogan, like your The Rock, and people like that. When you see a character that you like, you kind of intrigued by that character and you want to know more from the character. I feel like that's how he's based on. It reminds me like how Ric Flair does his promos. If you ever watch a Ric Flair promo, like he's very captivating and it's very cocky and he's very, not flamboyant, but he's flashy. That's a good word for it. He's flashy. He comes in with the expensive robes, the nice expensive suits, the rich stealing, wheeling dealing, Rolex wearing, son of a gun. And then the way he talks, he's just loud and boisterous, and he's just the man, and he knows he's the fucking man, so he shows people up, which is why he's like one of the greatest. To most people, he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And even to this day, when you see Ric Flair, you see that same guy. He's jet stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. Like he stays to that character, whether it's real. For what people know it's just like he is. That's him. That's the same way I feel about Andrew Tate. Now, do I think that man is a misogynist or look? People will let you see, depending on how you feel about them, you're going to see what they want you to see. So if people like Andrew Tate, they're going to show you things from Andrew Tate that, how can I say this? That he should, like, I've seen a lot of Andrew Tate stuff where he's put a lot of solid logic and he's put a lot of good points where it's just like, hey, you may not like him, but that's a good point. Now, there are also stuff that I've seen him agree that I have disagreed with, like the whole thing about, even though I said this all the time, the logic is solid, but it kind of it makes it hypocritical because, hold on, let me explain the logic. But I think y'all seen the video of him and he's on this date with this British woman because that's her stick. She go on these dates, and he was just like, "Oh, he can go out with these boys, but she can't go out with this girl." And yes, I do feel like that's hypocritical. You're giving the whole freedom thing is just like, and I know a lot of now he was like, he had a good analogy for it. He said, if I put my car in that bad neighborhood and every time I come back, the wheels are stolen, the windows is busted in, I said, it's my fault. The thing he said is, it's my fault because I let you go out there and all that stuff to go flirt. So obviously he doesn't want no other man flirting with his girl and shit. Now, here's the thing: if you have a beautiful woman, she's going to get flirted with, whether she's fucking in Cancun or you're fucking next to her. I've seen it. I've fucking seen it where niggas will like make remarks right next to, especially if now. Obviously, no one's doing this to Andrew Tate, but he's probably done it to other people where, they'll make this comments about, oh, you look good and all that stuff, and a boyfriend is right there, and it's just like, I dare you to react, and they, daring them to react. I've seen what women don't know is that men test other men. It's just like if I do something to, are you gonna do something? How you gonna react? And then, some people that do it with like. They'll be slick about it. They'll say so. Oh, you so pretty. You so fine. Oh, you look good. Oh, you a lucky man and all that other stuff. You a lucky man. It's like any nigga that hears that knows that he wants to fuck your bitch, or he wants to fuck your woman and all that other stuff. So niggas just look at him just like, the fuck you mean by that? And niggas try niggas. And now other dudes, they'll be like real vulgar with it. Like they'll slap you on your ass. I seen one joint where a dude walked right in between fucking him and his girl, and he ain't do nothing about it because he was just like, oh, you daring someone to do that? And niggas said, oh no, we not doing that. It's like you obviously seen him walking through. You walk through like that, obviously, niggas should try it. Ladies, if you wonder why we're so, like, protective of our manhood, and I say this all the time, because niggas try us all the fucking time. And yes, we always got to prove our manhood, because niggas just try us. And if we look weak, and sometimes y'all don't like weak and vulnerable men. As much as y'all try to, oh, you should be more vulnerable. Y'all do not like weak and vulnerable men. So anytime when a man tries to, be strong or look strong and all that stuff, and all of a sudden he get punked in front of his girl, it's like she gonna look at him different, like you a punk or some shit like that. That's why we so protective of manhood. Now, like I said, there are things I've seen and I agreed and disagreed, like the whole thing, because it made him look like a hypocrite. Because if you out there like flirting with other bitches and all that other stuff, and I know like high value men have other options, I get all that other shit, but it still make you look like a fucking hypocrite that you can do whatever the fuck you want and she just doing nothing. So a lot of women is going to be turned off by that, and they don't care if you're putting. A lot of them, they don't care if you are providing for them, putting them in a house and all that other stuff. It's just like they feel like that's disrespectful to them. That's why a lot of women do not like it when they want a high value man, but they don't want the shit that comes with the high value man. And then this the man said this the shit that comes. And even though men, we tell them that's the shit that comes with the high value man, and they'll even tell you this. So you either get with it or get lost. And a lot of women's like, I'm not fucking with that. It said, but you don't want an average man either that, that probably won't do that when treat you out. Like, I can't, nigga got to make 6 figures. I was like, nigga making 6 figures. Nigga's going to move like a 6-figure nigga. So, and, people's Kevin Samuels done said that, Fresh and Fit done said that, fucking other Mansfield channels done said that, and damn sure, and I think Andrew Tate has a harem. Now, like I said, what the other bad thing? It was like there was a video of him like slapping a girl or some shit like that. Come to find out, that was a kink, and she said it. I was like, cause I said, damn, that looked bad, and he said that's her kink. This is like she like getting slapped and all that other stuff, and the girl admit that was her kink. She like doing that shit. So. Now, I know a lot of you women are going to be like, oh, that's bullshit. You probably don't know. I said, look, it came out of her mouth. I said, unless you have other proof that he's done this before. And it's like, oh, he over here beating women and all that other stuff. I was like, you didn't explain that was a kink. It was like, if it was a kink that she liked, you can't really use that as evidence of him beating on women. Now, regardless of thinking he is beating on women, he's also beating on men. He was a kickboxer. He was a fighter. He was a literal fighter. So, like I said, do I think black people are like really looking at them? I don't think so. I think it's more or less white people. But one thing I notice all about these gurus. Here's the thing: if you're one of these people that wants to be like Andrew Tate and want to live like Andrew Tate, everything he's going to say is going to be like words from the Bible or some shit like that. Oh yeah, now also the property thing. He done proved it, and it's in the Bible. It's like they kind of been looked at as property and all that other stuff, and that's how it's been depicted in the Bible. I said, don't take it up with me, take it up with the Bible. It's like the whole thing is women as property or some shit like that. This is why, like, when first of all, if you understand titles, then husband and wife is a title in itself. And if you understand the vows, it's like, do you take it? And this is what the pastor said. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? To have and to hold is like whatever. Is like, this is why, like, the father walks the daughter down the aisle, and gives his child. It's just like, I don't want to say like a trading of assets, but it's just the same way to trade of assets. In that case, y'all husband and wife, you protect, you provide, you to have and to hold, and all the other stuff that goes in there. Under God. Yeah, and you did that shit under God. So, there's a lot of things that comes with that. So, when you hear him explain it, now some people don't like it, but it depends on how you feel about the Bible. Some people, fuck with it, some people don't. But, you gotta understand, it says that if you are a Christian, and that's what it says in the Bible. So, I think people just don't like the word property. It's just, I'm just property to you. It's like, but there's been many of videos of him. He's talking about, I love women. He's like, the women and their nurturing power. He's like, there's one video I said, when I get sick, I don't call the boys. I call my girl. I call my woman, because she has the nurturing nature to it. And women, I don't know. I would say this about modern women. It's just like, y'all have that healing factor, that modern healing. Now, the thing is, it's got to be reciprocated. You can't be just giving that healing nature to anybody. It's got to be someone that's going to reciprocate. Like, oh, this woman did this to me. I gotta get her. I gotta show her I appreciate her. I gotta make her feel good. I gotta do whatever I gotta do. For most men, it's just protecting and providing. Putting them on their house. But a lot of girls are independent now, so that's mostly the talk. A lot of how do I feel about Andrew Tate being banned from social media? I find it hilarious, because you don't really use this. It's just other people. Like, I think they're trying to ban him from TikTok, but it's not even him like pushing these channels. It's other people that's just promoting his shit on their channel, and it's like fans of his. It's just, it's not even coming from him. But to me, has he said anything misogynistic? Not really. Not really. I mean, depends on how you look at the whole property argument. I don't think it's misogynistic, but at the same time, but I can see why women are mad at that, because you don't want to be looked at as just property when you're a human being. But a lot of, excuse me, I'm pulling branches and shit. A lot of women don't want to be looked at as property, especially when it's like, I'm my own woman. Especially today in modern women's society, it's just like, I'm not just a wife. I can do this, and this. Which is, as I've said many a time, this is why relationships fail, because it's just like, a lot of people don't want to play their role. It's just, if I need you to just watch over the house, protect, and, look after the kids and all that other stuff, I'm not going to need you to be a hardworking, independent woman, and, that could do it all on her own. I need you to be a wife. A lot of you women, I think a lot of you women want to get married, but y'all don't like what comes with the marriage, which is saying a lot. I've been seeing a lot of these men and women arguments. They're fucking stupid. And I'm not even going to lie. Sometimes the men are fucking stupid too. But then again, I feel like these are conversations about the 10%, not about the 90%. So we need to, I've been noticing the problem with some of these men and women arguments I've been seeing having. They're not about the 90% of the world. They're about the 10%. That's gonna be another video. But for now, let's get back to Andrew Tate. I just stumbled on another video. God damn it, you a G. But all in all, in conclusion, and I'm gonna just say this. In conclusion, I just, like I do with every other person that I've watched from the manosphere, even from women that, on women channels. Take what you can learn from it, go about your life. I'm not, like I said, I think he's a character, but he's not someone I'd follow. I said, the thing is, it's like, I like Kevin Samuels, but unless I'm one of the 10% or make 100K, I really can't really follow his guys. I realized another thing about it, and maybe this is something I can put onto another video. There is no videos for the 90%. These are all about the 10%. Now, Kevin Samuels, he told you straight up, I'm about the 10%. I'm about the high value man. So I can't even knock Kevin. I know a lot of people follow Kevin, but even he told you about his channel. It's just like, and same thing with Andrew Tate. It's just like, because I know he runs something where he's getting the money from it and all that stuff, and he's in Romania. He's like, so, they got these way of coaching people. Like, they'll call it, like, I've noticed it. It's just like, most people would never have this life. You are a loser. So if you don't want to be a loser, you're going to follow my fucking guides and all that other stuff. Now, even though I don't want to say it's a scam, but, a lot of people is going to get their confidence, but a lot of people, not, like I said, not everybody's going to make all that money, but everything I noticed about that university said it's going to be useful to him. It's like, I'm going to put you in this, it's going to be useful for me. You do this, it's going to be useful for me. It's like networking. So it's just like, everything revolves back to, putting more money in his pockets. And I'm not calling him a scam artist. It's just like, I feel like everything is networking so he can have he can be in a power position. It's just like, oh, I got people for that. Oh, you can do this? I got people for that. Okay, I got people for that. It's a hustle. It's not a scam. It's a hustle. It's the difference. I think there's a difference between a scam and a hustle. But, because I feel like even with a hustle, you get something out of it. It's just, you got to make sure everything is on your end is solid. That way, everybody can make money hand over fist. But as far as I'm concerned about Andrew Tate, he's a character. Take what you can, because there's some good, there's some bad. So take what you can, what seems logical or seems favorable in your situation. Take that information, run with it. And the ones that don't, throw it on the wayside. But that's all you really can take from this. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.